I play the bagpipes, and I only took that up in retirement. I saw the opportunity with some time at hand to take up something that I had thought about for a long while but never actually planned to do as I retired.
I've had a passion for the piano ever since I was about 8 or 9 years of age. I had a mother who was very keen on me hearing classical music, and she would buy the records and bring them home, and I remember her bringing home Schumann's Songs from Childhood, other records as well. I was very taken with the music that she brought home, and also I think it was because I saw a film that my parents took me to see, and that was a film, the story of Irene Joyce when she was a child, and it was called Wherever She Goes. And from that, I wanted to be like Irene Joyce.
I am retired now. I've been retired for 2 years. I've always had an interest in drama and music. And I have a great love of dance. When I was 12, television came to Adelaide, and they used to play a lot of old movies, and they played all those wonderful old musicals, Fred and Ginger and Gene Kelly, and I loved that style of dance. I thought, that's what I want to do. And I was at the Royal Show one year, and the Arthur Murray's people were handing out free dance lessons, so I thought, well, why not? I was 64, so I went along and said, look, I'm 64, I haven't done this before, and they said, never mind. So I had my free lesson, and I loved it. It was just magic being on the dance floor again.
I play as a member of the Second Wind Ensemble, which is a large wooden ensemble for late starters. So I play the saxophone as part of that. I came to music fairly late in life, I suppose. I didn't have any musical pastimes at all, and I didn't really follow music much. But I always loved the sound of the saxophone and just loved the whole thing around playing it.
I play the trumpet. I started at the age of 50, something I always wanted to do. When I got to 50, my family said, what would you like for your 50th birthday? And I said, I'd like to learn to play the trumpet, and they bought me a trumpet and 6 lessons.
I abandoned it around about 16 or 17. I just found time too difficult to fit it in, the number of practice hours a day. I decided to give it a rest for that period, which I now regret.
It takes a fair while before you produce any sort of reasonable sound. Joining a band's a big plus because you can hide a little bit, as you can in a choir, and you play the bits where you can play, and eventually your confidence improves and your playing improves, and you start to take a full part.
Well, with an ageing body, it's quite challenging, yes. My feet get very sore, but I tell them just to be quiet, and I'm going to dance on them no matter what, and they ache like mad afterwards, but that's fine. You have to put up with that. Well, I've learnt that I can still do it, and I think that was my fear. Starting off at 64, I was afraid I'd left it too late, and that's been great to find that I can still move. My body still moves. And my spirit moves with it, which is fine. I
have now decided that I want to go back to both instruments. I love the piano still. One of the great benefits of me learning when I did was the sense of enrichment that I got, the feeling and passion for music, and I appreciate going to all the symphony orchestras and the opera and all the other musical arts.
You get the adrenaline rush when you go and play a gig, but also you get a lot of fun from rehearsals. You're all there for the same reason. You're all trying to learn. Often the music's difficult and people make mistakes, but you're all comrades together in a way, and it's excellent fun.
It's just another layer. I mean, it is another layer, and it's quite different from the rest of my life. So the whole process of making music and playing with a group of people, it's a very immediate, different experience from everything else that I tend to do. And so it really enhances my life generally. It gets the brain working properly so that you're having to think about the technical aspects of playing, but it also develops the, I guess you could call it the spiritual aspects of your personality and the feeling of, playing the music and developing the rhythm and so on. So it's a very holistic thing, making music.
One of the descriptions of depression is a feeling of being out of control, not having control of your things. And I think the ability to play the pipes, being in control of that situation and being able to do it, has done something of spiritual value to me.
I think always pursue your passion if you have a desire to learn an instrument, or if you've ever thought you'd like to learn and never had the opportunity. I think it's never too late. You can take it on at any age. I think you've got to give it a go, and I think you'll find that life will have some meaning from something you adore.
Well, actually going to dance expands my world. When I worked down in the southern suburbs, so I hardly ever came to the city, and one of my resolutions on retirement was that I was going to go to the Central Market. And now I do, because every week I come to my dance class, I park in the Central Market, I go to dance, I wander through the market, do my shopping, have a coffee, whatever, and I'm a part of the world. And that's fantastic. And if there's something that you really have always wanted to do, give it a go. Don't feel, I'm too old. I think a lot of people make that mistake, and I know that was my concern, that I'd left it too late, but I found out that I hadn't, and I'm never going to be performing at Blackpool, but who cares? I do my own level and I really love it.